Alright, this is a walkthrough of 11-6, saving and viewing system monitor data. Kind of an interesting little feature of Performance Monitor that they added because of IIS. The ability to save and to view a snapshot and actually then view current network or process or whatever outside of Task Manager based upon a web page. It's kind of interesting. So we have here on our desktop, we will go ahead and start our performance monitor. Many ways to do it, and we're going to let it record for a little while. Give you things, move the mouse around, give it something to chew on. So it's recording spikes and everything in our process. You can see that it's active, it's recording what's going on, and we want to now freeze. And this is where we start with number 2 in the example. If we right click anywhere and say save as, it's going to give us the ability to record as an HTML file. I've already predefined one. I'm just going to overwrite it, and we called it sysmon, S-Y-S-M-O-N. I saved it on my E drive. You may save it somewhere else. And now we're going to browse down to our E drive or D, wherever you're going to save it. It's arbitrary, just as long as you have the rights to do it. And here's our sysmon .html that we've saved. We click open, and you'll notice that this looks very similar to this. But this is the Performance Monitor, the MSC, whereas this is a web page that it generated that we're viewing in Internet Explorer. So this is part 6 that we're viewing now. Moving on to 7, if we click the average queue length, you notice that it changes and it's showing us the different things. We highlight it, and it changes the focus of what's currently being looked at. We can go back to that, and it records the current based on where the line is, the current count or processor time, same difference, but we're interested in looking at average disk queue. If we hit histogram, it's going to show us the same thing, and notice that it's just changing. Or if we want to click the detail, the report view, it shows the same thing, just that particular moment in time on the web page. But it does something additionally interesting. If we unclick freeze and we say yes, it's going to start recording again. So that's what's kind of cool about it. So you could come in here, predefine your different counters, save it in a web page, and then it's going to call the back-end process, and it's going to render what we've selected as part of our counter set in here. And actually certain functionalities, we can add counters, like you saw, we can freeze, we can do snapshots, change the view, just like we did in Performance Monitor. This is a pretty neat little example of integration of for the web page, and we can then set this in, say, a protected folder for administrators, so they can then just go in there, pull up the appropriate web page, and then they can use their built-in tools to monitor, you know, a historical representation. We can and one thing nice about this is we can actually stretch this counter out, you know, expand that duration to however long we want. I'm going to go ahead and close out Internet Explorer based on number 11, and we're going to go ahead and hit new count set, and then we're going to close Performance Monitor and close out. This concludes our walkthrough of activity 11-6, saving and viewing system monitor data.